Apple's continued war on white men. We can see that, along with all Silicon Valley companies I'm aware of, the far left, bigoted, racist, bigot brigade of intersectionalists has invaded and infected like cancer Apple. The latest evidence of this can just easily be seen. If you just type AirPods Pro, which is some new earphones Apple have released, into YouTube, you can see that all the people that got early access, Justine, MKBHD, some dude I've never heard of called Saf, your average consumer, black dude, Ali Abdal, Asian dude, Gaming Audio File, looks like another black dude, Flossie Cardo, black dude. They've not only is their advertising almost completely skewed to black women, or black men, a few black men, a few white women, tons of black women. They're giving previews of their products to non-white men, specifically because Apple are a racist, sexist company. It's not inverted racism, it's just racism. There's plenty of big channels on YouTube, tech channels with white dudes. I mean, hello, obviously there are. Now, I'm not criticising any of these channels. I think MKBHD probably is the best tech channel on YouTube generally, and Justine is fine. Dave Lee, here's another review, Asian dude. I'm not criticising those channels. I'm criticising the faulty operating system that most of Silicon Valley is running, and you can see it from Apple here. They're running on an intentionally bigoted operating system. They're intentionally discriminating based on race and gender. You thought we got past that, didn't you? We haven't. And they're continually doing it. They should be. I mean, if you want to give these out to people based on race and gender, which you should just give it to the best channels. If you want to do that, give it to all races and both genders. Yes, there's two genders. Don't deliberately cut white men, the people that created Apple, incidentally. Don't deliberately cut them out of virtually all your advertising, and don't cut them out of review units. I mean, what did the meeting at Apple look like when they decided this? Yeah, we're just going to eradicate pretty much all white men from any advertising and stop giving white men review units. How many people in that meeting at Apple said, sorry, that's racist, sexist, we're not a racist, sexist company? How many people thought that and were too scared to say it? Again, leftists are in a prison of their own making, often. They didn't push back soon enough. And now they're stuck. Now they're too scared to talk. We should pity these people because they're in a prison of their own making. A prison made by the far left because they didn't resist the far left when they had the chance. Far left now has an increasing amount of power. And these leftists who aren't racist and bigoted and sexist, who want a meritocracy, which is what the vast majority of us want, now they're impotent to say anything. So most of them have families. They have mortgages. They can't say stuff that will risk them losing their job. Anyone who pushes back against the woke diversity industry risks losing their job. So people sit there knowing these practices are probably illegal. I'm surprised. Open, it's codified, sanctioned racism and sexism at the heart of every Silicon Valley company. I'm surprised that's legal. And there must be a huge amount of people in these companies that disapprove of that, just as they would disapprove of any racism and sexism in the other direction. And especially codified racism and sexism against blacks or Asians and women. Can you imagine if that was the case? The opposite, no worries. So yeah, we can see from what Apple does in its advertising, the people it over-promotes in its company, it's bringing out non-whites and women on the stage, not on merit, just because they're not white men. This is the white men at the top of Apple who are scared for their lives, who think, okay, they can retire in a few years. Let's just do this woke stuff. Even though it's racist and sexist, and they know it is, they're gutless, feckless pricks because they know what they're doing is wrong, but they're doing it anyway because they're scared. Tim Cook, everyone else at the top of Apple, grow some fucking balls. Say no to wokists. Say we will not do sexist and racist things. We will pick the people based on merit. We will not just put people on stage because they have a vagina or their skin's darker. That's not how you pick the best people. You pick the best people regardless of who they are. You don't pick people because they're women. That's fucking sexist. You don't get people on stage because they're blacks. That's fucking racist. And it's the bigotry of low expectations. It's saying they can't compete, so you have to over-promote them. No, that's not how you run a company well. That's not how you get to a post-racial society, which is where we should all be going. That's racism. That's sexism. That's how you get to a more racist and sexist society. That's before the backlash happens that you're causing. There's going to be a huge backlash. It's already starting. And it's companies like Apple that's causing it. Because people notice when you do this shit. And they notice that it goes against the principles that they've been taught all their life. Don't be racist, don't be sexist. Oh, it's okay when you do it against white men. That's fine. It's not fine. It means you've got no fucking principles. It means you're full of shit. And actually, what you're doing is wrong. And the vast majority of people disagree with it, so you're going to be stopped. But yeah, just look at anything Apple does now. Google does the same thing. I was looking at a suite of Google software for mobile development earlier. There's some cartoons of people on the website. It's a black dude, a lesbian-looking woman, and another woman. Just lots of cartoons of them. Because they're the people who's going to be using the software, right? It's just all black dudes and Asian women. No, it's not. You've deliberately not drawn white men on there. It's the fuck whites agenda. It's erasing white men from the companies they created and still run at the top. It's the hypocritical pricks at the top of these companies who are either too scared or too gone ideologically, too far gone. None of it's good. It's toxic. It's toxic leftism, toxic feminism, toxic racism against whites, toxic sexism against men. Look at these Silicon Valley companies. If you work for any of them, it's time to start blowing the whistle. Time to start leaking what happens in meetings where these decisions are made. This isn't done by accident. The BBC do it as well. You just look at almost any photo for any story that they have. It's got non-white people on it. Same in Google search results. Search for straight couples, gay couples come up. You're constantly being socially engineered. Whites are under attack. They're being erased. It's fuck whites. That's the agenda here. That fuck insert race here. Fuck insert gender here. That's a terrible agenda. And we need to stop it, or humanity will fall. That's not an exaggeration. Civilization will fall on the back of this bullshit. It's evil. And that's, of course, why Google dropped their slogan, "Don't be evil," because they know they are evil now. I mean, of course, that's why you can never have a slogan like "Don't be evil," because if you ever drop it, you're going to get accused of being evil. The fact is, it's true here.